What's up, y'all? It's Dr. Paul with another mail call today from Quality Comics. Very excited about this one. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I have 40 years experience collecting comics, and here on the channel, I share my knowledge and passion in comic collecting and investing and conservation. And I hope you enjoy this little unboxing video. We're gonna do market report, a little bit of history on this character. This is a first appearance book. There's some stuff from Quality. Boom, look at that. Wow, now this is a very high grade Silver Age book. This is legit. Wow. All right. Well, you know what I like to say. What is it and why do we care? Well, obviously we're kicking off the new year with a super high grade Silver Age key. This is, of course, Thor number 134 from November 1966. This is at the height of the Marvel Age. Stan and Jack were creating some phenomenal cosmic story arcs with Thor. And this is just 1 year after Journey into Mystery title was renamed Thor. So it's it's right in the middle of the Silver Age and the Marvel Age. The reason why this book is significant, obviously, is this is the first appearance of the High Evolutionary and of the Man-Beast and of Fafnir, courtesy of the backup Tales of Asgard story. One of the things I love about this book is it's got all of the hallmarks of a really good first appearance. We've got the first appearance, it's a great first cover appearance, and there's an origin story as well. Well, there's a partial origin story anyway. For those of you not familiar, the High Evolutionary is a major player in Marvel Comics. He's first introduced here as a geneticist who unlocks the secret to accelerating evolution, thus the High Evolutionary moniker. Scoffed at and shunned by his fellow scientists, he retreats to Wundagore Mountain, where he incidentally finds a uranium deposit that makes him rich. He uses his wealth to create a fortress and uses his genius to create a device that will accelerate evolution by 1 million years. He uses the device on lower creatures, turning them into new men, anthropomorphic beings that he trains in chivalry, and many of whom serve him as the Knights of Wundagore. He sends several of these new men into the world to find a proper teacher, and they hired Jane Foster while Thor was away in space dealing with the Rigelians and Ego the Living Planet. Upon returning to Earth, Thor seeks out Jane and finds her at Mount Wundagore, starting her teaching assignment. He interrupts the High Evolutionary, kind of as Thor does, being very overbearing and arrogant. And the High Evolutionary was in the middle of evolving a wolf. This interruption causes him to evolve the wolf well beyond the level of human development, such that it becomes the Man-Beast, a being with mental and physical powers to rival Thor's, but with the savagery of the wolf driving his actions. The Man-Beast creates his own army of new men, followers, and is too powerful for either the High Evolutionary or Thor to defeat permanently, so they conspire to send him and his followers into space so they may start their own colony somewhere and not menace mankind. The High Evolutionary has two story arcs in the Silver Age, Thor 134 and 135 in 1966, of which this is obviously the first issue, and a 3-issue story arc in 1967 from Tales to Astonish number 94, 95, and 96, in which the new men devolved and turned on the High Evolutionary, and he summons the Hulk in the hopes that the Hulk will help him against them. In this second story, the High Evolutionary is mortally wounded and chooses to place himself in his genetic accelerator evolution device. The result is that he has evolved to a being of pure energy that is at one with the cosmos and no longer has use for a corporeal form. Later, he coalesces his energy to occupy a suit of armor to interact with others. It's this form that he takes in his later appearances in Marvel 616 continuity, and it's this form from which he creates Counter-Earth in Marvel Premiere #1, names Adam Warlock, and provides him with the Soul Stone. The High Evolutionary is involved in a number of other key events in the comics. Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch were born on Mount Wundagore, and Bova, their mother's midwife, was one of the High Evolutionary's new men. He also created Spider-Woman Jessica Drew, presumably from a spider. His role in the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is said to be tied to several of the Guardians. It's been foreshadowed pretty hard that Rocket is one of his new men, but what else he may have had a hand in will likely be a surprise because they're not drawing directly from the comic books. Being a being of cosmic energy, he's capable of being a big bad in the MCU, but in the comics he's more often an ally of our heroes than working against them, at least through the Silver and Bronze Ages. There are just under 1,400 universal copies of Thor #134 in the CGC census, with a median grade of 7.0. This copy, at 9.4, sits at the 5th percentile, and there are only 23 graded higher in the census. Go Collect calculates the fair market value of a 9.4 copy at $2,300, although they note the lowest price paid in the last year, a sale of just a few days ago in January 2023, at $2,400. The all-time high was $4,560, and the 12-month high was $4,080 for a 9.4. The trailing 12-month average was $3,332, and all of these are before tax and shipping. So as you can see, this book is way down from pandemic highs and is nearly retraced to pre-pandemic prices. I paid $2,207.08 all in for this copy, which was on sale with Quality Comics via the Hip Comic Marketplace. I keep going back to Quality Comics because they have beautiful books and they have really competitive prices. Buying this comic at less than half the all-time high, when we have the High Evolutionary about to make his MCU debut in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, seems like a great opportunity to me. Could it go lower? Of course it could, but from here I have a good basis for potential appreciation going forward. I own a raw copy and a 6.0 copy that I picked up for about $150 at the beginning of the pandemic. So if we see significant appreciation, I have inventory to sell into a bull market in this book to offset my costs on the purchase of this super high grade Cherry 9.4. I hope you enjoyed this video of my Thor #134 unboxing for my personal collection, market report, and history of the High Evolutionary and the Silver Age. I think this book has a lot of potential and it's a great first appearance. It presents really well. The High Evolutionary is front and center on the cover, which is a great Jack Kirby cover. Are you a buyer or a seller of High Evolutionary or MCU characters in general? Are you worried about the comic book bear market, or do you see it as I do, as a great buying opportunity? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until next time, happy hunting and take care of one another.